Tube. What's up, family? This is me at the beach. It's an absolutely beautiful day out. Get you guys a quick look. You, man. Absolutely gorgeous. I had to make it a beach day. It's just one of those days. And I just wanted to record this video because I really just do feel like I'm in a place in life where, being so young, being 22 years old, I really just feel blessed and I feel privileged and I feel really at peace. I'm not rich. I'm not a millionaire. I didn't, grow up in the absolute best way possible. I also didn't have it crazy hard. I grew up middle class. But one thing that I think a lot of people neglect on their journey, whether that be in entrepreneurship or just as a human, as an individual, is just the ability to tend to your internal state and develop yourself. I had heard this quote from a really good mentor of mine when I was first getting started in entrepreneurship. It's actually my first gig as an appointment setter. And he said that, Sean, the extent to which you help yourself and you understand yourself is the extent to which you can understand and help others. And I always loved helping people. I mean, it's crazy now that I have a health business, right? I have basically a consulting and coaching business, but I was an EMT, at one point in my life. I was about to go for my paramedic, and I wanted to be a physician's assistant, which is typically right above your nurse, but right below the doctor. And it's crazy how I ended up back in health, not knowing I would get here, at any point. And this is just where my journey has taken me. But it really, really, truly is incredible. And it's taken me 3 years to go all in on myself, to take the bet of myself, to, establish, financial, time, and location freedom. And it's been a hell of a journey. But one thing that I focused on that I see a lot of people neglecting is they're always trying to change their external reality first. And I get it, because that's why you're doing what you're doing. It's so you can enjoy more things. It's so you can have more freedom. I get that. But I realized early on, if I change my internal state, that's reflected in the external state, right? If somebody's judging you or somebody's very angry, they may be angry at something you did, but a lot of times they're angry at you because of something they're angry at in themselves, right? So your external state is merely a reflection of what's going on internally. So I really, really focused on just my personal development, just discarding and weeding out the limiting beliefs. I worked through some serious trauma that had happened, with my father, as you guys may have seen on my Instagram. Those were dark places I had to go to. But imagine if I was, 30, 40, 50 years old as an adult, trying to work through all those different things, as they continue to add up and add up and add up, and we never deal with them. I face my problems head on. Any trauma, anything, I deal with it that day or that weekend, immediately, because I don't want to carry baggage into a life of helping people, a life of inspiration and fulfillment. And I can genuinely and completely honestly say that there's a lot of days where I feel very content and very much at peace without having a lot of money, without having a girlfriend, without um, being surrounded by so many, material things, nice cars, nice clothes, constantly eating out, women, status. I'm very much content and at peace without those things. And when those things do come into my life, whether by choice or whether just by attraction, it's really just going to be an addition. It's it's going to be something that's just an amplifier of my current state, of my internal state. So I encourage you to go deep internally, go inside your mind. Um, Practice your communication skills. One of the best ways you can do that is read out loud. If you can really get very good at communication, that means you can connect with other people better. Of course, in sales, that just means more deals and more money and more freedom. But in general, if your communication gets so much better, you can listen to others, you can understand them, you can connect better. Of course, focus on your body, and not just looks, but how it feels and everything, which is why I do what I do. And just really, really prioritize making yourself content, becoming the absolute best version of yourself, whatever that may look like to you. Think about the version of yourself that's, 5, 10 years down the line that has achieved what they wanted to achieve. What do they look like? How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? Life gets crazy stressful. How do they react? They just hit a huge milestone and achievement. How do they react to that? Really hone in on optimizing yourself and your internal state and you're going to start to attract everything you ever desired in life. And it's going to come to you when it's unexpected, and you're not going to be reactive or impulsive with the results. You're going to expect it. It's going to come the way it's supposed to be when it's meant to be. And it's just like a puzzle piece. You lay out the puzzle and it's all in shambles, and it's just one piece together at a time until next thing you know, the puzzle is made and you have nothing to do but just sit there and say, wow, and be content. So that's why I wanted to make this video. Again, hopefully maybe you have a beach day. Of course, I was doing some work on my computer. I was meditating. I was listening to an audiobook. I'm recording a YouTube video. I was having a conversation on the phone all while I was outside getting some sun. It's a beautiful day. So prioritize your inner state and watch your reality manifest to what it is they desire it to be around you. I love you guys. I want to see you win. Keep following the channel for more like this. And it's Friday here, so enjoy your weekend, my friend. Ciao.